Hi, it's Zibble975 and welcome to Nipsy Does On Mode episode 23. And today we're just going to slaughter all the goblins on the outside of the keep. Now, to keep things interesting, I decided to come all the way back out, go all the way back to the bridge and a frontal assault on their entire facility. Just for the hell of it, just to see how their defences worked if you attacked it head on. I still did this the same day, so Karlach's still baned. I should have just removed the curse on her. I don't know why I didn't, but you know, it is what it is. I enjoyed just frontally assaulting the entire keep, just to see how that plays out in the courtyard was my main fun, and also this guard position here, because I mean normally you come out the doors, you kill the ogre by the doors, and you start the fight there, and then you come through this bit at the end, and it's kind of like they're all facing the wrong way in the wrong position. So I just wanted to see what difference it made with them all in the right position facing the right direction, or in theory in the right position facing the right direction. You know, I just wanted to see what change that would make, whether it made it more difficult or not, and have a bit of fun. And yeah, still can't hit anything, but you know, it's the way it goes. And yeah, I love it when the poor villains have to dash to you, because there's nothing worse for them. They literally, they just, it's a hopeless situation. You're just running into a range of a barbarian who's about to absolutely tank you. Yeah, and all in all, between bomb and burning, the poor goblins aren't having the best of starts to this fight. But yeah, it's one of those ridiculous situations for them where I'm just being mean for the sake of being mean and killing all the goblins for the sake of killing all the goblins, which is quite good fun. I'm not too worried about them kicking off the drums for the alert, because you know, I'll happily fight them all here, it doesn't matter to me. And yeah, the amount of damage that Karlach could be doing and isn't doing is a pain in the butt. However, I can't complain too much. I mean, she's still killing a lot of stuff regularly, and leaving Lizelle an easy target to get her damage on the go from. And yeah, all in all, it's a quick slaughter my way through the enemy, and have a bit of fun. Genocide some goblins in an interesting way. That was the plan. Unfortunately, this one ran away from me a bit, so I had to just dash after him, which yeah, but all in all, I think the guard post was pretty quickly neutralized. I mean, poor guy left is like, what are you gonna do? Play the drums? It is funny how small differences make quite a big difference in the game in terms of mechanics. Like choosing to attack from the different angle from a different place really can change up the way the NPCs behave, the way the whole thing plays out. And I quite enjoyed that. It was quite fun doing it this way around. All in all, I mean, it was interesting to see how Larian had decided to be, you know, designed them to behave, respond, and react. You know, and it does. You know, it makes me laugh. I love the drums. The amount of really cool effects they've put in this, like the signal drums and stuff like that, is great. And yeah, I gotta say, it is a fun, entertaining game. This, the amount of different ways you can do stuff is just brilliant. I mean, there's so many different ways to like murder hobo your way through the whole thing, or peacefully get on and do stuff. It's great. And yeah, having Karlach just absolutely massacre everything is quite good fun. But there's more stuff coming, as the drums were alerted. As you can see, the drums have called in the next lot, which I will send Lizelle out to face. And yeah, I mean, do I use lightning? I'll be honest, I didn't really think I needed to use too much, because she's kind of savage anyway, and yeah, the fact she misses with the bow is a bit annoying, but I want to save some of the abilities for later, and some of the equipment for later. You know, it is just fun seeing how the enemy responds to this, and I don't know why Shadowheart's sneaking. I must have accidentally clicked sneak at some point. But yeah, it is just a full goblin genocide. Which, and the funny thing is, I didn't even have to try too hard in any of these bits, because it isn't actually very difficult. Like I've said before, because you do I'm doing the Underdark, I did the Underdark and all that sort of stuff first. By the time I come up here, this whole section is just really, really easy. And then someone does something like that, and you're like, oh, actually, that was pretty nasty. That put a serious amount of damage into stuff. But you're going to annoy my barbarian now. And that's probably not a good move, because she's not even in rage, but she's just smashing you. I mean, the amount of damage she does is just ridiculous at this stage. And doing it to goblins is just pretty cruel. And I mean that's decent damage from a lot of different sources. So yeah, all in all, I kind of had a bit of fun with this, enjoyed myself, and I don't get kind of doing the armor of Agathist and then running away from melee, because you want to be stood next to him for when the armor of Agathist trips, really. But you know, but there we go. So we storm the little fortress on the side. I love the little animation it does when you play the drums yourself, even though it has no effect at this point, because you aren't going to draw any more bad guys to you. But yeah, being a bard, you can't resist playing the drums. It's a cool little section, and yeah, so onto the bridge, and smash our way into the castle, kill everyone, and then I'll loot everything afterwards, because there's so much stuff left to loot. But yeah, so much stuff I gotta loot. Yeah, I had to do a lot of looting and going to and from the shops, which are obviously cut out. I do try and harvest as much money as possible coming out of the first act, as it were. But yeah, these vicious mockery just to really annoy at this point. I don't really have to do anything else. I can't believe Shadowheart actually wasn't in the combat, which is a bit annoying, but she's getting there. Yeah, we're like literally 20 odd hours into a honor mode playthrough. It does just become a goblin genocide. These characters are way overpowered for this. This very quickly descends into certain characters running off, just trying to kill all of the things they can find. Yeah, it's fun, but kind of silly as well. It's literally like everything just got absolutely battered, and yeah, it's you know, at least that guy did some damage before he got completely destroyed. But yeah, not a great amount of damage, and he's going to get completely destroyed, the poor guy. But you know, he did some damage, and managed to give me my lightning charges up, which is quite helpful. And yeah, I actually thought this would continue and it would be in a combat for the entire section. I didn't realise we'd be taking so many breaks, but there we go. Now we're into the main courtyard, main fortress. As you can see, we've triggered and aggroed a lot of stuff. Frontally assaulting it like this, it seems to aggro everything, which is interesting, because when you do from the door outwards, you don't seem to aggro everything. So that was, I don't know if I want to say interesting, but different. Certainly this frontal assault approach had some differences, you know, which is quite cool. I decided to go with the it doesn't miss magic missile attacks, because why not? And then not quite kill the target. I mean, I probably should have shot all into one. And I can't believe I'm doing this with no rages left. That was kind of a bit of a dumb point, because the Blessed but Karlach's armor class is not the best. And yeah, I also was like, I don't want to mess with the water there, so let's throw this further back, and then do some more throwing, and then charge in, because we can. Oh yeah, I was trying to. I got a hammer that's supposed to be, when you jump into combat, it does extra like thunder damage, and it just didn't work, which was freaking me out. But yeah, it's been a bit of a I don't want to say pain, but it's been something that's been not working for me for a while. It's the one you get from the inn that burns down. It does extra thunder damage, I think, and if you jump into combat, it's supposed to do like a thunder wave blast thing, and I can't get that to work. I don't know if it's a bug or a feature of the game, but it just won't work for me, no matter what I do. But as you can see, the goblins are all swarming around the entranceway, they're all dashing over this direction. There's a lot of them, and it's kind of cool. You know, the barbarian has not got rage, you know. This has been a long day, slaughtering my way through a lot of goblins, but this is when we do a bit of synergy in our characters. So I'm going to drop water here. That's then electrified. And then Shadowheart's going to do a mass heal, which will bless and blade ward everyone, which is the big thing. And then, yeah, that's her bit done. And yeah, now between flames and lightning, we're annoying everything. I think I don't know if I get the Raven involved too much in this one, but yeah, time to Nipsy to get in there. I don't remember if I could plop the sword or not yet. Pop the sword and shoot someone just on the edge. Poor them, it broke his concentration. And yeah, because she's not raging, I might as well take advantage of the extra damage she can do with smites, which, you know, it's a bit of free extra damage. Anytime she's not raging, it's quite useful. This was just checking what objects I had on her and how I wanted to play it, really. So I think she's got the bow that gives her lightning, and also the boots that if she dashes into melee she gets lightning charges. So yeah, and the electrified waters do her some good. And action surge, stab some people, and like I say, because she's all charged up, it's amazing what little bits of damage will do. And yeah, the healing gives her poison, caustic from the ring, lightning from the bow and the boots, and yeah, a bit of thunder if she's attacking someone in range of the sword. So, all helpful. And polearm master attacks, quite brutal. And now she's in position. And yeah, it's all going well. A little cluster of people stood around with some lightning. There's not much the goblins can do about this. It's just absolute carnage. I should have moved Nipsy up just to take advantage of the extra thunder damage. That was my bad. I didn't really think about it. I was just doing the shooting. But man, I don't think I'm having trouble with the amount of damage I'm dealing out. Poor goblin warriors are all getting slaughtered, and as I said, it just breaks down into this lot running around now trying to kill as many goblins as possible, which is harsh but funny. One thing I did find funny was how effective a barbarian is without rages, because I've just spent an entire campaign with a barbarian constantly needing to rest because he ran out of rages. And it turns out they don't really need to. They're fine without it. They don't have to use it all the time. I mean, it's handy, and obviously because of their the way they get the damage reduction when they're raging, that makes a huge difference. But thanks to the Blade Ward Bless and extra healing that I was able to give characters, I was able to keep my barbarian, or get my barbarian fighting on, even though they'd run out of rages, which is handy. Now, this is kind of cruel because I get the magic missile and the extra damage for the thunder damage from the sword really stacks up really well. Makes magic missile kind of OP at close range when you got the sword up. I decided to have some fun burning some stuff because why not? And such a shame when she misses. It's so much fun when you hit stuff with a thrown barbarian, but like I say, as you can see, it just literally comes down to run around, kill everything. And the one thing I should use is more of the specialization stuff, because I don't use that often enough. And see, the extra dice it does make it really quite nasty. But yeah, she's one-shotting stuff, electrocuting the water around them, doing all sorts of weird and wonderful things, which is just really useful stuff. Carla gets to a point where she just ceases taking damage in this fight, which is quite handy. But like radiating orbs, that debuffs their attacks. There's all sorts of special effects going on, little things here and there that are really helping out. The extra temporary hit points that I get through any life healing things. The life cleric is probably I think the two options really are life or light cleric. They're the best two options. It'll be interesting to see because they're bringing out Tempest cleric, which is a good one, a Twilight cleric as well which will be good for evil Shadow Heart. That's not a bad choice for evil wise, because I don't think the Trickery Domain cleric really works for her as a character, but it is what it is. There'll be some interesting characters. I still haven't done that unlock the stupid linked attack thing, which is annoying. This game has a habit of every time you go on that screen, you have to flick it back off again. It just seems like it always wants to do it. Poor guy, just lying in front of a fighter that's just going to stammer a couple of times with that thing. And I say, it's just, fun the amount of it. Little extra damage she does. Really wipes stuff out. There's Blade Wards just now run out. But there's a good few. I think it's 3 turns of Blade Ward and then Bless. It's pretty handy. And that's every time she heals something. And it's just really, really useful little bits like that really help out, especially when you're fighting masses of really weak mobs like this. I would say with them, it's like, you can kill the monsters they bring in, but it's much easier just to kill them and blind the monster and not worry about it too much. You're much better off hunting down the dude and killing him to get it to disappear than you are doing anything else with these. But companion animals are companion animals. They're a pain in the butt, and because I've only got short legs, I might as well do a bit of damage to them just before this is going to happen, and it'll be gone. Because that's what barbarians do. It's mean, but it is quite funny. And barbarians jump around, and tenacity is a bit of a weak hit. I was so looking forward to killing that guy, but I may as well head upstairs. Since there's plenty of creatures upstairs to kill, and I thought they're at the range of being able to flee combat, but Ray of Sickness. This is nasty, just unpleasant spells. But yeah, you have to get up there to deal with this sort of stuff. But that is it. We're currently coming to an end of the Goblin Massacre, really. This is the third episode now of the Goblin Genocide. There are a lot of goblins in the first act of this, and I should have done things differently. I didn't have to slaughter my way through them all. But it's kind of my reward for doing the Underdark the wrong way around. And it is just fun, killing all these dudes just in silly ways. And yeah, I love the fact that by killing that one, that's like, oh, wait a minute, now I've got do I want to loot, or do I want to get up there and kill the rest of them? Let's get up there and kill the rest of them, and then say, you lot, enjoy the end of the Goblin Massacre, because it's 3 long episodes of just drawn out goblin combat, which ultimately has been incredibly unchallenging and just basically slaughter. So yeah, time to just smash the ones while they're asleep. Yeah, kind of mean, but if they're not going to wake up, it's just brutalization. And yeah, then we have a few drunk ones over here. There we go. It kicks off a tiny fight, but that's it. The goblins have all been pretty much genocided. I think there was one on the outside of the tower that I don't show me killing, but literally, ultimately this is pointless fights at this point. What with the level gap and all the rest of it. And it was fun seeing it this way round and doing the whole frontal assault thing, but ultimately the goblins couldn't really stand up to these characters at this level, so bless them, but they just got absolutely slaughtered. And yeah, not much they could do about it, but hell, she still can't hit anything. And yeah, can't believe that Mazel missed with Shadow Heart hit, and now he's blinded, messed up, and all alone, and Bone Shield to finish.